Lighting in Unreal Engine is very interactive, and art directing is much easier than before. Since everything is in real time, it's even faster to see how things will look. In the previous video, I covered how to get this scene from Cinema 4D into Unreal and set up. Now let's talk about my lighting techniques. So just a couple things to cover before we get going too far. The PostProcessVolume, turn on Infinite and Extend Unbound, turn off the vignette, turn that down to 0. And just in case, we'll turn the bloom intensity down to 0. And lastly, exposure. I'm going to turn on exposure compensation and min and max EV. We're going to set these to 1 each. And then now I have control. We'll go up to, 3 is good. All right, camera's good. I lit the scene with an HDR on the Skylight, so let's drop that in there, put it into the lights. First thing is to change to a SLS specified cube map. Then grab my HDR, drop it in. And next I create a spotlight, so I'm going to delete this temporary directional light that we had in there. Spotlight. Let's bring up the intensity, put it into position, just up and to the left a little bit, and rotate it a little. And then for this, I actually want to give the fixture a texture or a gobo. So I have created this gobo, this light function material. I'll just recreate it. So we go to material, we'll call it light function, gobo 2. Open it up, and then change the material domain to a light function. And then I'm going to drop in this texture into the emissive color. Hit apply, save. And then basically apply that gobo right to that spotlight. Now it's too dark now. Let's turn this up, say 3000. You can start to see it there. And we need to turn up the attenuation radius. You can kind of see how this extends the light further. So we'll just go like 2000. Lastly, it was a rectangular light that I added. Let's bring it over. Kind of hard to see. Turn these lights off. So I'm going to put it on this side and then rotate it around 180. Alright, definitely don't want this hitting my back wall. So let's change the barn door angle. You kind of see it's got these built in. We'll make it down to 0 actually, and then we'll increase the barn door length. Back it up a little bit. And I definitely want this bigger, so we'll go like 200 by 250. Intensity up quite a bit. Attenuation radius. Rotate it a little bit off that back wall. So for this rectangular light, I'm actually going to apply the texture that we used for this light function material onto the source of the rectangular light, just to help control some of the reflections and what they look like. And with that, it obviously got really dark, so let's crank this up to like 1000. I like even numbers. So with the skylight and the spotlight, only other light I added was inside of this rectangular box because I wanted to make it look like there was some sort of transformation happening. So for that, I just created some rectangular lights, and I dropped the rectangular light as a child of the cube and then zeroed out its coordinates. So now that puts it right inside of there. Turn these other lights off. So now it's just this rectangular light inside. And now you can see that it's actually spinning with the cube as it's moving around. And what I did was actually put 4 rectangular lights inside of here on opposite sides, and two kind of different colors to kind of make it look like there was some lights changing colors of some sort. This is the technique that I used. It's not exact to my render. You definitely want to tweak it to your taste. One way you can tweak it is go to Window, Light Mixer. And this brings up every light minus the Skylight, because that will actually fall under the environment light mixer. It's right here, but I don't need to tweak that one for now. So you can see all the properties that you need, make quick adjustments, turn off the Skylight, rectangular light, let's just hide that, solo the spotlight, okay, unsolo it. From there I tweaked some camera settings and keyframes and sequencer, sent to movie render queue, and did some color correction in Resolve. If you'd like to know anything about that post-production workflow, please leave a comment. See ya!